everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Selected Nails. I'm your host, Caitlin.
And I'm your host, Anna.
And today we are doing a review on Jeanette McCurdy's new book, Happy Sage. But
Yeah.
before we get into that, Anna, what book are you currently reading?
I'm currently reading the same book as last week. I'm reading Icebreaker. Um,
Hmm.
I I'm no longer on page one. I think I'm still on chapter one.
Okay.
I read a couple pages, but not like a massive dent to where I know what is happening. I
Hmm.
know she's a figure skater and she has a partner who's also a figure skater, and that's it. And she has like kind of a dick coach. And Caitlin, what book are you currently reading?
I'm trying to get into The Nanny. I have it on my Kindle. I'm
Mm,
on page one. I
hmm
haven't started it yet because I
hmm
was busy annotating Happy Sage.
Yeah. Did did I ever mention that I finished The Nanny?
Yeah,
Okay. I don't know if I ever mentioned that I was reading it and finished it. Because I had
yeah.
read it in like 3 days or something.
Hmm. You
Um,
mentioned that you finished it.
okay. Okay. Good. Gotta keep on track, people.
And Anna, what is your current obsession?
My current obsession is
Larry.
is Larry. No, Larry's always my current obsession. Um, Larry, Larry, my current obsession is this purse that I got
Hmm.
from Portobello Market. Um, look at Larry peeking over at the top. Um, it is for those of you who are listening and can't see anything. It's this brown bag, and it has kind of this like silvery strap, and it has these kind of brass embellishments with a blue sewn in pocket out on the front, and the little flap is polka dot, but it's like
Hmm.
what would like what's the fur texture? Um, like cow skin, I guess, but not
Mm.
cow skin.
Yeah.
Like it's furry. Um, but it's very, very cute, and I feel like it's just me. I couldn't stop staring at it at the market. I was like, I need to get this.
Yeah.
So this is my current obsession. What is your current obsession?
My current obsession is not, I don't have it right now, but currently is the base. Because I had recurring dreams about it.
Hmm
I don't know why, but I feel as if it's my calling to pick up the bass now.
Be what's her name from School of Rock?
Hmm.
Dun, 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 dun.
Because I already have a guitar, but it's too big for me.
Mm. Well,
I
basses
need
are
to get,
bigger.
yeah,
You are a very musical person. Like you play the piano. I haven't seen you play the guitar. Actually, thinking of it now, I haven't seen you play the piano either. I just know you'd have one. And
yeah,
you have a ukulele too, right?
yeah.
Yeah, you're a very musical person.
And so let's get into the actual book review now. Do you want to start with
Totally.
like your basic thoughts of the book?
Sure. I was going in blind. I only had I haven't read her previous book, her first book, the I'm Glad My Mom Died. I did not read that, so I don't really know her
Hmm.
like writing style. So,
Yeah,
but I've seen her as an actor in TV shows and stuff.
yeah.
Um, but not as like a writer. So I really had no expectations for this, and I found it extremely engaging and extremely interesting to read. Not
Yeah.
like any other book that I've read. It was definitely something that is different in
Hmm.
like the whole sex sells market.
Yeah.
Sex sells, but in a grimy, dirty way. But I felt like everything that she wrote was very deliberate and on purpose. And
Hmm.
even though it was disgusting, like I read it really, really fast. Like, oh, it was repetitive. It was supposed to be repetitive.
Hmm.
It's inside the mind of she's 17, inside a
Yeah.
17-year-old girl's
Hmm.
mind. So like it's supposed to be immature. It's supposed to be have all
Yeah.
these imperfections to it. And that was something that really grabbed my attention. It was imperfect and not
Yeah.
so like manicured, I guess,
Yeah.
in a way. Even though the
Hmm.
character herself is trying to be like that. Very,
Yeah.
very good juxtaposition there. So I really enjoyed it. Um,
Hmm.
and should I give my rating?
Yeah.
Okay, so my rating for this book
Hmm.
was 4.5 stars.
Mm.
Based on that, I feel
Okay.
like Caitlin has different thoughts.
Yeah.
Okay,
Should,
give me your thoughts. What are your
should I
thoughts?
start with my rating first?
Yeah.
I gave it a 3.5
Mm. Okay, why?
because I read her first book. I'm glad my mom died.
Hmm.
And I give that book a 5 stars
Mm. Okay.
because her writing style and her voice was very well thought out.
Hmm.
Larry's just speaking. Um, and she did a good job of executing her thoughts and um like the way she articulated her words in that book was very like well thought out and I could tell like how much she put into it, like the work and
Hmm.
the revising and the editing.
Hmm.
And I felt as if this book didn't go through that same amount of time she put into her memoir.
Mm.
I feel as if because this half his age was also um based off her own experiences.
Mm.
And so I thought as if this book could have been a second memoir as well. I feel
Mm.
like I felt like as if it was a memoir instead of a standalone like fictional book,
Hmm.
it could have been better.
Interesting. Okay. See, I didn't know that piece that it was based on
Hmm.
true events.
Yeah.
Like
Like
things
because
that
I
she
knew
did.
um like some of them are still fictionalized, but she went through the same thing. Like she had the
Okay.
age gap relationship. She had the
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
And I feel as if, like I like the repetitiveness as well because again, Waldo is a 17-year-old and but I feel as if it could have been, I guess, like executed more perfectly. It just
Mm.
didn't hit the same mark in terms of the pacing and depth this book goes into.
Mm.
I felt like it was like underdeveloped in some
Hmm.
parts.
Maybe it
Like
was
one of
supposed to
my,
be that way.
but yeah, but at the same time, I
Just
felt
like
like,
Waldo, underdeveloped.
but like another book I've read with the same themes as this book is
Hmm.
called Mike Dark Vanessa.
Hmm.
It also follows a teenage girl who like goes into an age gap relationship, um, as well as Lolita. But those books were executed more like better than this book. I liked how she didn't glamorize or romanticize the themes she portrayed in the book.
Hmm.
Which I really enjoyed because some books when they do try to tackle these themes, they end up glamorizing or romanticizing it, and then that really throws me off.
Hmm.
And I really like the fact that she portrayed Waldo as both a victim and and a perpetrator instead of just a
Yeah,
victim. She
yeah,
showed like both sides.
yeah. I also really enjoyed that part. This book
Hmm.
had all the potential to do different perspectives from the different
Yeah.
characters.
Hmm.
Oh my God, would it have been so interesting to see the wife's perspective of this
Yeah.
happening?
I really wanted to see the wife's perspective.
But like, I'm glad that she didn't do that because we're stuck inside the mind of this 17-year-old who's
Hmm.
lustful and greedy and just
Yeah.
horny and we can't escape. And so we're in a way stuck with her as
Yeah.
she has these urges to 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 satisfy the craving and like we can't do anything about it. It was a strange choice. I think it was the right one
Yeah.
because it just felt dirty, like
Like,
in her head,
yeah.
like grimy.
Because we were rooting for her, but at the same time, like, what are you doing?
Unreliable narrator.
Yeah.
That's what she was.
Another thing I couldn't get past the book was the names.
Hmm. Yeah, me too.
I couldn't get over Mr.
Waldo,
Corgi?
Corgi. I in my head
Yeah.
I said corgi, and it is funny though that it's like orgy.
Yeah. Maybe
That's
it was
done on
deliberate.
purpose. I think that's
Yeah.
I think that's on purpose. One theme that I
Mm.
loved about this was overconsumption.
Hmm.
Overconsumption and her greed to fill her life with objects and things
Yeah.
to satisfy the craving of
Hmm.
whatever it is she's missing from her life. And it ties in perfectly with society and women, especially how women are seen. I think Waldo was supposed to encapsulate like how women are supposed to be seen as in a society. Um,
Hmm.
in Waldo's head, she thinks that women are supposed to be a certain way and are
Hmm.
supposed to look a certain way, while
Yeah.
men can be these dirty pigs and they're still attractive somehow.
Hmm.
And they go she goes into that. She's like in his BO was just
Yeah.
a hint of BO and I'm like, ew.
Ew.
She has this warped sense of femininity and masculinity
Hmm.
that's just to put a book like this out in what's happening today, I think is very
Hmm.
profound. Like the amount
Hmm.
of repetitiveness, the cycles, the generational cycles. Like her mom had also has obviously relationship issues, like getting
Yeah.
back together with the same man over and over and over again. Like she
Hmm.
probably grew up with that. And so she's just repeating the cycle of fucked up relationships,
Hmm.
starting off young. Um,
Yeah.
and like she doesn't even, I don't think she even thinks that her being a minor is an issue. That like doesn't even cross her mind. The only
Yeah.
thing that she is attached to is attraction and lust.
Hmm.
And that's the thing that she goes for. Oh, this book ha does a fantastic job of making you uncomfortable.
Yeah, I
Like
agree.
it's a in that way, it's a great read. Like
Hmm.
serial killer documentaries. Like it's like a warped,
Yeah.
like why would you wa ever want to watch that? It's like I don't know, it's fucked up. That's the same like with this book is like yes,
Yeah.
it's fucked up, but it was a good read. Back to the feminism and masculinity. I feel like I I could never understand why she was so attracted to him for
Hmm.
the entire book. I had to really sit on it for a little bit. I'm like, why
Yeah.
was she attracted to him? Um, and I think I figured it out.
Hmm.
Did you get it immediately, or is it still like a lingering, like I don't know, or did is that a question that even like crossed your mind?
I feel as if it's because he is older than
Hmm.
like the other people she's been with, and like so it kind of shows her like he has more maturity than
Hmm.
the other men, and so she believes that if the person she's with is older, she will be perceived as older as well.
Mm.
Because like in the beginning, like right from the beginning, it like um even though she's 17, she wants to be perceived as being an adult, being more mature,
Yeah.
and like being with all these other guys who were around her age. Um, she's like, I'm over this. Get me
Hmm.
out of here. Why am I doing this? But then she meets him and she's like,
Hmm.
maybe I'll be perceived as being an adult. And
Yeah.
like, and I think that's part of the reason why like she doesn't see it being a big issue at
Hmm.
first,
Hmm.
but then it slowly like starts to unravel in the end.
I don't think she ever realized it was an issue though.
Mm. I felt like
Like
she
even though the
had like
relationship yes, there was like some
yeah, some parts, instances.
yeah, but it wasn't like a oh, I messed up.
Yeah.
Like realization and even in the end it was like she had I don't think in any parts there wasn't any guilt.
No.
It was just all about her and
Oh,
her needs and
yeah.
her wants. My take on why she was so attracted to Mr. Corgi. Corgi. We'll call him
I don't
Corgi.
know.
Corgi.
Corgi.
Um, Corgi was um the fact that there's two scales, woman, man scale. Let's just multiple
Yeah.
genders, whatever. In this instance, woman, man.
Mm.
There's like the perfect woman that you can be, and there's the least perfect woman that you can be. Same thing with the male spectrum. Perfect
Mm.
man, least perfect man. She is trying to be the perfect woman. She's trying to be
Yeah.
mature. She's trying to be poreless. She's trying to be sexy. She's trying to be all these things that she thinks being a woman is. But I think her attraction to him is interesting because he in the man scale is at the lower part. He's
Yeah.
like the least man that you can be
Mm.
in her description at least. Like
Yeah.
he yes, he has a family and he has kids and he's caring and has all those
Yeah.
genuine characteristics. But the way that she describes him is gross, like
Yeah.
dirty. And I think she sees him as just a in a way like an object to satisfy her, which in a way
Mm.
is the same thing how she's been treating the other men in her
Yeah.
life. So it's kind of the opposite
Mm.
thing that you were saying. I think that she just saw him as an object and was
Mm.
only getting at him because of competition, because of
Yeah.
the wife was an obstacle, the kids were an obstacle, and
Mm.
as soon as she got him, it was over. It's when you have the same meal for a month and you're like, I'm sick of this. I can't have it anymore.
Mm.
It's that. I don't know. I found her perspective on him really interesting, and just the fact that she was like, I'm over it. I can't, now that I have you, I don't want you. That
Yeah.
mentality.
Mm.
And like she fucked up his family and didn't
Yeah.
even, from what I
Feel
remember, didn't
remorse.
even
Yeah.
bat an eye. Do you think she's a psychopath?
Based on, I don't think she's a typical psychopath.
Hmm.
Like, at least in the clinical sense, due to her, like, intense insecurities.
Hmm.
And, like, she has this, like, distorted sense of self-worth and, like, a unhealthy need for, like, validation from men.
Hmm.
And, I think
Say
it's due
that
to
sentence
that.
again. Say that sentence again.
What sentence did I say?
An unhealthy need of male validation.
Yeah. You don't need men.
Wow, what a sentence. That wraps up her character in one. Is an unhealthy need of male validation. Wow.
The characteristics of a psychopath usually
Hmm.
entails traits like a lack of empathy, like manipulation, emotional detachment, and all that other stuff.
Hmm.
And like you can argue that Valdo has some of those traits,
Hmm.
but I don't think she's a psychopath. I think it all like stems from her insecurities
Hmm.
and like how she feels
How the
like
world works. How she
yeah,
needs to get through the world.
yeah. Like if she does have empathy or like cares to give a shit about things, I feel as if she like that's how she survives. That's how she gets
Hmm.
through.
But yeah, I agree with you. I think that's a more logical way of seeing her. Like she that it's just insecurity
Hmm.
and and or immaturity of
Yeah.
not knowing like how to react to these things that are
Yeah.
happening
And
to
like
her at a
and
young age.
connecting to what you said about before, like the generational um like breakdown from her mom doing the same
Yeah,
thing.
yeah.
Like
Hmm.
that's the only thing she knows.
Right.
And so like
Yeah, she grew up with it.
that connects back to the immaturity aspect of
Hmm.
her character.
What did you think about the sex scenes slash masturbation scenes?
I felt as if like some of them were necessary for the plot, but at the same
Hmm.
time, I felt like some of them were also thrown into the book for shock value. Especially that one scene. I think it was just there for shock value.
Can you explain on that one scene?
Um, the whole like the blood sex scene.
Oh, oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. I feel
Yeah.
like if that was deleted, the plot would have just like the plot could have continued.
Hmm.
Like it wasn't needed for the plot.
Hmm.
I think that one scene was there for shock value.
Really?
Hmm.
But it added like suspense because she was hiding in the closet and like bleeding onto the floor, that was
Hmm.
like leaving evidence that another woman was there. Or I don't know if it was like, oh, this is obviously period blood. Um, but like
It's like
I don't know,
someone
it
was
felt like
bleeding
it
in my
was
closet.
yeah, it felt like I don't know, I feel like that one was more necessary than the other ones just because
Mm.
they were so close to the wife, like physically
Yeah,
being there, and that it was all about adrenaline and acting on impulse.
I can see it from your perspective. Maybe
I
you're
can also
like,
see it from your perspective.
yeah.
I feel like one thing that could have been one scene that could have been deleted, I think, was I the her masturbation scenes
Hmm.
were just so graphic and I like again, yes, for shock value, but it worked for shock value because I was like, "Oh my God, this is disgusting." Um
Yeah.
like her what was it? Her in class and then running to the bathroom and masturbating
Hmm.
in such a rush was like, okay, the first one acceptable. Like I understand how that's important for the story, but the
Yeah.
second one with chili oil
Hmm.
and like graphically describing the burning sensation of the chili in her vagina, not exactly sure how that adds to the story.
Yeah, I
But
feel
again,
like,
it's
yeah.
like it's gross
Yeah.
and it's supposed to be gross. It's like, why
It's
are
supposed to
you
be.
doing this? What did you think of that specific turning point where she approaches Mr. Corgi in his room
Hmm.
and is like basically attacking him of lust.
Yeah.
And he is refusing to comply, but then things happen to his body and she takes that as like a sign, like, oh,
Mm.
you want to like you want me.
Yeah.
You're saying no, but your body's saying yes.
Yeah.
Like, what did you think of that scene? Because that was one that was, I think, the turning point
Yeah.
of the story, and I want to hear your thoughts.
Yeah. Definitely the turning point. It's like that's the part where like everything like switches.
Yeah.
Like this is the part where like the side of her being a perpetrator comes out.
Yes. Yes.
Like because like until that point, like we see her like as a victim, but then
Yeah.
that scene like
It's
brings
like,
out the side of
oh,
yeah. It's like,
yeah.
oh, she's a perpetrator as well. It's like she's not
Yeah.
this hopeless victim.
Yeah.
Like
And that
sh
also changed that the turning point is not only for like the story, but also for us as the audience viewing her as a
yeah.
character. It's
Like
like,
she has
oh my
two
God.
sides to her.
Yeah. It's like it's what she's doing is just like she cannot control herself
No.
around him.
Because like in the beginning, like we see her like the victim side of her. We're like we felt bad for her as a character.
Yeah. Well,
But then
it also just starts out with a sex scene
yeah.
and just her being so completely bored, nothing. And then she sees her teacher who's attractive for some reason and just
Yeah.
she just fantasizes about him. And also it's I think it adding on to like the quality why I think she's attracted to him is the mystery. Like I feel like
Yeah.
that's a universal thing. Like if you have this idea of a person and the more you have answers, the more you're turned off, basically.
Yeah.
Like the more you know about them, the more you're like, actually, I think I'm good. It's the
Yeah.
mystery that makes it appealing. Like I went through that, just
Yeah.
fantasizing ideal about a person as an idea
Hmm.
and like not actually seeing who they are as a person and like what their
Yeah.
actions do, what their behaviors are. Just just living in fantasy land. And I feel like I related to that level of like fantasy of
Hmm.
of the person that she's
Yeah.
fantasizing about.
Well, there is definitely a character that loves to be in control.
Hmm.
And that turning point, connecting to what you said about that fantasy being turned into reality,
Hmm.
that turning her off. And in addition with Mr. Corgi, like saying no to her, I felt like that point is when she realizes that like she's no longer in control.
And so she like forces control. And
She
also
tried
like
to like she
this,
tries to regain control,
yeah,
but then she
forcibly.
realizes, yeah, but then she realizes she can't have that same control she had in the beginning. And so that slowly
Mm.
like turns her off as well.
Yeah. And like the whole control thing, I think that's a theme for sure, because that's throughout the entire book.
Yeah.
Like her, even with the text messages of them back and forth, like the
Hmm.
way that she's just waiting and waiting and
Yeah.
waiting for him to respond, that's a control issue.
Hmm.
Like talking from a person who has control issues, I've done the same thing. Like I understand, girl. But like the your whole life isn't about a person, and
Yeah.
it's it's more than that.
Hmm.
And I just her obsession with him was out of control. When he goes to Hawaii with his family,
Yeah.
um, and he suggests that they talk over email instead of text because it will be
Hmm.
more subtle because they're in a
Yeah.
confined I can't
Hmm.
talk confined space with
And
his
his like,
family. And she's like she has this whole internal monologue about why she doesn't like no, but it's me and I'm your lover, but she's your stupid wife.
yeah.
And like you really get sucked into her mentality.
Hmm.
At one point I was like, yeah, she is just his stupid wife. And I was like, wait, hold on. Hold on. Like and that's why I think it was so brilliant to keep it at to not change perspectives is because I got
Yeah.
sucked into that like rooting for her to win.
Yeah.
Um Going back to the competition. Like I wanted her to win, but I was like, wait, hold on, she's 17. She's like basically harassing this man and
Yeah.
like uh abusing him? Not abusing him, but like
Like
emotionally, I guess.
he emotionally, like, yeah,
Emotionally
definitely
using him.
emotionally. Yeah.
And like there's so many fucked up things. But I was like I was going back and forth, rooting for her and then realizing who she is
Yeah.
and then rooting for her and then be like, "Oh my God, you stupid person. Why would you ever do this?" Like she put me through a roller coaster of emotions.
Yeah.
And that hasn't happened to me in a while for a book. So I was so like I was so in it.
That's why I like that's like the more reason why I loved that's like my favorite thing about this book. Like again, the two sides of her. Because when she
Yeah.
was a victim, like the victim aspect, I'm like, why is this guy who's twice her age like continuing this relationship? Get him out
Hmm.
of here. But then like the
Hmm.
perpetrator side, I'm like, what are you still doing there? Like, get out for your own safety.
I think it was a brilliant book.
Hmm.
Four
I
and a
think
half
it was great
stars.
too.
What was your favorite quote?
My favorite quote was, maybe wanting things is what makes me a lot. If I could just want less, I'd be the right amount of person. the amount I'm supposed to be, the not a lot amount, the easy to love amount. I don't know why. That quote just spoke to me. I think it was a beautiful quote.
Yeah.
What is your favorite quote?
I'm debating between two. Um,
Mm,
One of them is accept in the awkward silence the itchy fact that I settled for pleasure when I wanted connection. That spoke to me on a personal level because I've been through that,
mm,
um, and still want connection. And then the other quote is, what is a woman really, if not silky, if not
mm,
smooth, if not supple, perky, and poreless? This quote is just her her insight to how women should be.
mm.
And I I mean, I don't have to explain it. I already explained it with the women and men
Yeah,
thing. So yeah, I think it was a great book. Wait, what did you not like about it? Because you did give it 3.5 stars. So
yeah.
what were things that you did not like?
I felt as if it could have been executed on a more deeper level. I feel
Mm.
like it
Oh, wait, you
just
already said this.
yeah, like it touches upon the surface. It just didn't like dive into
Mm.
it.
So the thing that you're saying is you wanted more from it,
Yeah, basically.
like more personal, because like we don't really like connect with Waldo.
I think like yeah, it all just stems down to like who knows her writing, like from her first
Yeah,
book, and
yeah.
then like who only read half his age.
Hmm.
We hope you enjoyed this book review. Like it was definitely a lot different from Before the Coffee Gets Cold. I
Yeah,
liked I liked
very.
how we had I love how we had actual like differing opinions for
Yeah, me
this
too.
review.
It was
Yeah.
good to see like how you viewed it as well.
Mm. So wrapping up, which no-girly value would you take with you this week?
Good question. I
I feel
feel
like
like
this like due
I
to the
don't
content
know.
of this book review, it's kind of hard to like pinpoint which value.
Yeah. Um, I feel like trusting my intuition
Mm-hmm.
is a good one for this week. I can't give you an answer on why I'm trusting my intuition that that is the correct answer
Okay.
for this week.
Good answer.
And what about you? What about your value?
Carrying your boundaries and values. And also trusting your intuition. Like, um, know your self-worth. You don't need anybody's,
Yeah.
you
Yep.
don't
We
need
should just add that
anyone's
as a new as a new snuggly value.
know your
That's
self-worth.
it. Yep. Know your self-worth.
Like you don't need anybody's like approval or validation.
Yes.
You just need your own.
Wow. That's what I should have said.
You're like, damn it.
That's a great sentence.
We hope you enjoyed this week's book review. Before we formally close this episode, we want to give you a clue. Two clues, in fact, about our next book for March.
Hmm. Hmm.
My clue is heart.
And my clue is Swedish. Sweden.
Let us know what
Sweden and
your
heart. What could it be?
we hope you liked this episode in our book review, and we'll see you next week.
Bye,
Bye
everyone.
bye.